Welcome back. So, in this second video of Restful APIs with ASP.NET, we will see today that how we can create our own controller and how we can test our APIs using the Postman. Right. In previous video, we have seen that there was a default controller provided by the ASP.NET framework itself. But today we are going to see that how we can create our own controller and how we can write our own code to send some details about some object, right? So suppose we have to use some object like student object or the employee object. The details should be available when postman makes a request for the employees, right? So that we will see today. And apart from that, I would like to say that before you move ahead with this particular video, I would suggest that you go back to the first video which I have uploaded yesterday. Okay, so let's see how we can create it. Just go to the create a new project. Just go to the ASP.NET web application. I'm using Visual Studio 2019, by the way. Okay, so ASP.NET web application.NET framework. Just do a next, and in projects, I'm just going to write like test REST API web. Just create it. It will take some time on my system. It's a bit slow. So here I'm selecting web API and just removing this configure for HTTPS, because if I configure this, then I need to do something for the uh, transport layer security, TLS or SSL level security I need to add. So for that, we will see that how we can do that later. Okay, so just create it. It will take some time. My system is a bit slow, as I told you earlier. Okay, so finally it's created here. The project has been created here. So you can see that there was a values controller which I have discussed yesterday, but today we are going to add our own controller. Okay, so I have to add a controller. Just right click on the controller, add a controller, and I have to add a controller which can support the REST API things. So for that, I just need to select this one, web API to control with read write actions. Okay, so just add it, and you will be able to see a dialog box where it will be asking you to provide some details like the name of the controller. So I am going to provide it like a student data. Okay, so student data controller I'm going to create, and you will be able to see that just like your values controller, there will be a new controller containing all these put, delete, get, and get calls. The get call with ID and the entire get call which returns in fact the all the objects which are available with the service. Okay, so let's see that how we can create our own object, and basically we will create a student data object and a list of students, and we will return that list of student using this get function, using this get function, and using the post we will just see that how we will be able to get a request from the client, or you can say the postman. As of now we are using the postman, so postman is the client for us. We similarly we will see that how we can get the request for delete. Okay, so whatever data we have the facility to delete it, to update it. Using put we can update it, using post we can get something new, a new resource is created, a new student data record will be created, and using the get, the client can get the details about a particular resource, right? So here it's the ID against which the postman or the client application can get the details of the object. Okay, so let's create one model object. This model object will be a simple class, and I'm giving it a name student data, or you can say student demo data. Okay, so here I'm going to create 2 or 3 properties: public int roll number, get and set. This is the property, and then public string name, get and set. This is the second property, and public string course. This is the third property, get and set, right? So these are the only 3 properties that I'm going to add, and apart from that, I'm just going to create one more class, public student data list, public class, student data list, and here I can add this, and here I can just add like public list. And what kind of list it would be? It would be containing the student demo data and student demo datas. This is the list, and here just make it get set is equal to null, and then we can write a constructor for this student data list. This is the constructor, and in this constructor we are going to create 4 objects. Student demo data, 4 objects I will create. Student demo data sd is equal to new student demo data, and before that I will just initialize this student data list datas is equal to new student demo data list, and then just add the details like sd dot roll number is 1001, and sd dot name is Pradeep, and sd dot course is MCA, and sd dot what else was there, name, course. Okay, so these were the 3 properties. Okay, so we just need to add this back to the student data list, right? So this is add. Please remember the student demo datas. This is the list. I should have given some other name, but anyways you can understand. Okay, so it's sd, and that happened. I'm going to add 3 records: 1002 roll number and 1003, and I should change the name as well, Pradeep, Sandeep, and then I can give name like Kundan, and it's rather than MCA I just need to write MBA, and this one is doing PGDM. Okay, so I have added 3 records here. So these records have been created, and at the same time this is public student demo datas. This is public, so anytime after creating the object of this class, anyone can get this data. Okay, so as of now I'm not creating it as a singleton object, but anyways in your, if you are going to create your application, any dummy application where you have to do some real-time, where you have to present some real-time application, then in that case you can make your class as a singleton class, because all the data that is needed by your application, that should be loaded only in a single class. It should not be initialized again and again, so it should be a singleton class. But anyways I'm not going to do that here, because my whole purpose is to just give you the demo on REST APIs. So here I have created 3 records, and all those have been added here. And now let's go to the student data controller, and here I am going to return list, and it's student demo data. And why it is giving you error? Because I have not included the, it's not system, it's test. I have not included the models. Okay, so after including the model, you can see that it's able to identify the student demo data. And here I need to create a student data list object. Sd list is equal to new student data list, and all the records must have been initialized. So here I will just write return sd list dot student demo data. Okay, so this one is containing all the records, all the student records that I have created in a list. Okay, so similarly I will do one more thing here. In the second get call, I'm just going to do the same changes. The difference between these two is that this one will be returning you back the student data record for the requested ID, and the requested ID I'm assuming here would be the roll number. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm just again going to create the list. Sd list is equal to new. You don't need to create this list again and again if you are going to create your own application where you want to store the data, you want to fetch the data, and you want to return it to the clients. You need to make it a singleton class, as I told you earlier, but here I just want to give some demo, so I am doing this kind of thing. So here you need to just you just need to iterate through the student list, and you need to find out the student against which this ID matches. Okay, so here what I need to do is student data demo data sd return is equal to null, and here I'm just going to iterate it. So student demo data sd in sd list dot student demo data. Okay, so here I'm going to match the roll number with the ID provided. If sd dot roll number is equal to the ID which have been provided here, this is the ID. So if it matches, then what I can do, sd return is equal to sd, and just give a break here. After break, I can just return sd return. Okay, so that's it. It's sd return where I'm returning it. Why it is giving me error? Student demo data. It's not returning list. It should return student demo data. It should not return any list. It should return only student demo data. Okay, so I corrected that. So I hope you understood what I have done here. Okay, so let's see that how we can get all the records using the Postman. So all set. So first I need to just launch it. Once it will be launched, I need to get the port number and the URL that I will use in the Postman. So let's see what is that URL and what is the port number. My system is very slow. I need to just make some cleanup activities this weekend, then hopefully it will work fine, because I have many applications installed on it, and the memory is just about 12 GB. Okay, so this one is the URL, and you need to just put it here. You need to mention get and you just need to mention API/student data. So if you do like this, API/student data, then the call will go here, right? So this will return all the student records. So this is returning the list of all the students. Okay, so let's send it and let's see what records comes back. Okay, so all the records, roll number 1, roll number 1001, 1002 and 1003, all have been returned. And can you imagine how easy it is developing all the RESTful API applications using the ASP.NET? How easy it is. You don't need to worry about how these records which we are returning inside the list, how they have been converted here in a JSON format, proper JSON format. Do you need to worry about it? No. So it is very simple. Development is very simple using the REST APIs. All is just you need to know how you can use these APIs, how you need to write, how you can write it. Alright, so you just need to know the coding, the basic coding skills in ASP.NET. Alright, so I hope you are getting the point here, and here I just want to use the roll number to find out the student with this roll number, right? So when I will do this, the call will go here, student data get, and ID will be passed. So this will be something like this. Okay, so when I will do 1003, it will return me only one record, which is Kundan and roll number 1003. So just send it, and here you go. You got the record with name Kundan and roll number is 1003. And that's it for the get records. Now let's see about the post, how we can do it. So here you just need to do one small change, student data rather than string. You just need to do a student demo data and just stop it. Otherwise the changes will not come into effect. So here again you need to do like student demo data. And third one is again here it's like int ID, you can pass the roll number, and when you have to delete the records, then you need to pass the roll number, and here you can put the logic to delete the record from list oblique database. Okay, so database table, right? So here the put is used for updating the records. All right, so here it comes like ID and the object. So against this ID, you have to update this object, whatever new values are coming here. Okay, and with the post, I already discussed yesterday. Like if you have to create a new resource, then you use the post method. You have to create a new student demo data, then you will use the post method. So let's see one by one all of these. First, I will check this this post. Then we will see this delete. Then we will see this put, but I will not discuss this put in detail today. I will let you know why, because it needs an entire video. A single video should be dedicated to this put call if you have to understand that how you can put it. All right, so let's see how we can see like post, delete calls, and then I will discuss something about the put call. So go back to the postman, and here you just need to select the post, and in post you need to go to the body, and here in body you just need to provide some new record. It's Chandan, and I'm giving a course MBA here, and address is Noida. Not address was not there. I just created some other application where I used it, but in our application it's like only 3 fields: roll number, name and course. Okay, so only roll number, name and course. Let's see if all these are same. If you have to see, then roll num, it should be roll num, right? So just copy it from here and just give it here so that we don't make a mistake. 1004 in place of Kundan, just place Chandan, and the course is PGDM. Okay, so I'm just going to send it. I'm using post, and here I'm not going to provide anything. A simple post, so when you will post it, it will reach here. It will simply reach here. I have placed a breakpoint here, and once I will send it, I will be able to see the values here. One thing you need to remember, like when you are sending some request using the post, then you need to take care that whatever you are selecting, whatever format you are selecting here, the same format should be there in content type, right? So it should not be like application slash something else. There are a number of options available. So by default, when I was using it earlier, then I have something like application XML or something else. In that case, it was not working. So you need to use this JSON if you have selected JSON here. Again, you need to select JSON here, application slash JSON, if you have selected JSON as a format here. And then you just need to create the new resource, the new student data record, and then just send it. When you will send it, you will be able to see that your request should come here. Oh, sorry, it's not running. I need to run it, and then I will send it. Let's run it first, because if it is not running, then where it will go? There is no such thing where it should go. There is no server. All right, so here what I will do, I will show you how you can use the post. I think this has been launched. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Okay, so here it comes, and you can see in the value, if we go to the value and just debug it, then you can see that course name and roll number, whatever we have provided in the postman, that all came here. And using this, you can create a new resource. You can create a new object and you can just update your database, right? So this is very simple, and I hope you got the point which I am trying to explain you. Now we will go to the delete. All right, so here you just need to provide only the roll number against which you need to delete a record. So just need to select a delete here and just send it. Okay, so once you send the ID, you will be able to see that its ID is equal to 1003. And this ID, if this ID is your primary key as well in your table, then you can delete this record. All right, so this one is also done. Okay, so let me tell you something about the put record, although I'm not going to tell you anything about the put, that how you can put the request and how you can see the things here. You will not be able to see the things here, because for put we need to do other things as well. This is not as simple as put, as simple as get and delete and what was the other, the post, right? So this is not simple like post and delete, right? So let's see what kind of error we will get if we are putting it here. Okay, so first I need to just bring some record 1003, and let's see, 1003, the record has come here. So just copy it and go to the body and just put it here. Okay, so here I'm just going to update, like I need to update the course, like it's PGDCA. So when I will do this, oh, again it's get, I need to put. Okay, so I have just put it, and now when I will do this, this came here at put. Okay, so here it came, right? So here what I need to do, like one thing I would like to tell you, I'm not going to tell you that what all you need to do if you put call, if you want your put call to work. But the thing is that when you are using the put call, you must need to understand that you need to, let me just continue it. Okay, so you need to just make an authorization here, right? Without authorization, it will not work. So you can see that when I send a put request here, okay, so I just did a send and I just did this, then it's saying, it's showing that no content, right? So but again it reaches here. Why it is showing no content? Because I have not updated it and I have not responded it back with the correct status. But again, when you want your put method to work, then you must need to understand that this authorization should be available, right? So Usually we can use this authorization 1.0 and authorization 2.0, and for that you need to get a new access token. When you have to get a new access token, then you need to provide all the details here. And what are these details? I'm not going to discuss it today. I will give you a separate session on this in the end of this series of all these things, because this thing will be needed when you are going to put something, because security is anyways, you are going to implement the security things, right? And this access token is related to all those security aspects only. Okay, so that's all for today, and I hope you got the point that how you can, you might have got a glimpse like when you will create your application, your service in the ASP.NET, then what you are all going to do, right? So that's it for today, and I hope you got this video useful, and this is going to surely help you while you are going to develop your RESTful API web services using the ASP.NET. So if you need anything else, if you think that I'm missing something which I should discuss, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so we will meet soon in the next video. Till then, have a nice day and bye bye, and please don't forget to share my videos, like my videos, and subscribe my channel if you find it good. Okay, so have a nice day. Bye bye. We'll meet soon again.